He told me that, and I tried to figure it
I
out,
don't
and it
see
doesn't
anything in our
appear that he
system, and
did.
neither did Miss Campfield, so at this time it's unresolved.
He's got $770.40 worth of unpaid fines and costs. Mr. Featherstone, where are you staying?
I'm homeless.
But you still have your post office box?
No, I got a front address for mailing address.
All right, well, you've made every appearance. I've spent some time trying to figure this out, and I think you're incorrect. I don't think you've already served time for this.
With Joe Yoder, the whole scenario was all in one thing. He said, and then serve 6 months and I would get out of jail. You know what I mean?
All right, well, if you're correct, the case can be dismissed. I wasn't able to determine it, neither was the prosecutor. So we'll set a last pretrial. Maybe they just fold their tent rather than have a trial on a trespass where you already did 6 months, but I don't make the charge, the prosecutor does. Despite the fact that you're homeless, you do always show up for your court appearances, so stay in contact with your lawyer. We'll set a pretrial on a Thursday at 2 o'clock, and I want you to check in. What's your name, ma'am?
He's here for one of my clients, things up for last.
All right, well, who is that?
Nicholas Kratzer.
Let's do that.
If we could just take him,
Let's do all your lasts. Ryan Featherstone, Nicholas Kratzer, Derek Ezel. Oh boy, you haven't resolved anything.
I have 3, please.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Kratzer.
Nicholas Kratzer is charged with malicious destruction of personal property. Boy, I don't know if we have enough Thursday afternoons to set everything. But Mr. Kratzer, this matter has not been resolved. It's going to be set for a final pretrial. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Are you still at the Maple Street address in Three Rivers?
He's in a AFC home, Your Honor.
All right.
And I met with his guardian this morning. We have a kind of a plan of attack to bring to the prosecutor for the next court date, so there's not a rush to get this set.
All right, Mr. Kratzer, you're good to go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Robert Baird.
I may have clients in the hallway because there was a room. Robert Beard.
Good morning, sir. Are you Robert Baird?
Yes.
Mr. Baird, the allegation in your case is that on January 22nd, just recently, you assaulted someone named Grace Shaw in Park Township. You pled not guilty to that charge. You posted a bond. There's an order. You have no contact with that person, which I'm assuming you've complied with. Who's still at the Park Michigan
She is, Your
Avenue
Honor.
address?
The complaining witness is at the address.
What?
The complaining witness is there.
All right. And so you're somewhere else?
He's residing in Kalamazoo County.
All right. All right, we'll set a final pretrial. We're gonna have a bunch of busy Thursdays. Mr. Baird, continue to comply with the terms of your bond. You are free to go.
Thank you.
If I don't hear anything about this, that would be great. Ryan Featherstone. You're Ryan Featherstone. You're charged with trespass. We weren't able to resolve this.
No, Your Honor, Mr. Featherstone is of the belief he's already been convicted and served time on this. I checked with Ms. Campfield. It looks like he had a 2024 trespass. that
He
did
told
turn
me
on.
that, and I tried to figure it
I
out,
don't
and it
see
doesn't
anything in our
appear that he
system, and
did.
neither did Ms. Campfield, so at this time it's unresolved.
He's got $770.40 worth of unpaid fines and costs. Mr. Featherstone, where are you staying?
I'm homeless.
But you still have your post office box?
No, I got a front address for mailing address.
All right, well, you've made every appearance. I've spent some time trying to figure this out, and I think you're incorrect. I don't think you've already served time for this.
With Joe Yoder, the whole scenario was all in one thing. He said, and then serve 6 months and I would get out of jail. You know what I mean?
All right, well, if you're correct, the case can be dismissed. I wasn't able to determine it, neither was the prosecutor. So we'll set a last pretrial. Maybe they just fold their tent rather than have a trial on a trespass where you already did 6 months, but I don't make the charge, the prosecutor does. Despite the fact that you're homeless, you do always show up for your court appearances, so stay in contact with your lawyer. We'll set a pretrial on a Thursday at 2 o'clock, and I want you to check in by your unpaid fines and costs. You're good to go. Derek Ezel. Good morning, sir. You Derek Ezel?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ezel, you're charged with 2 counts of domestic assault. As I indicated, we've got a lot of domestic assault cases today. Not that many drinking driving cases, but a lot of DV cases. In your case, the allegation is that you assaulted, I believe, your spouse, Cecilia Ezel, in the city of Sturgis on January 20th. There is a condition of no contact. I believe you're in compliance with that condition. Who's in the Washington Street address?
Her and her mom and dad.
All right, who is she to you?
Oh, you the Washington address?
Yeah, well, who is Cecilia to you?
I'm my wife.
All right, so where are you staying?
Right now I got nowhere
Where is she staying?
at the house.
All right. Well, so where are you staying?
I had no clue.
I mean, you just stand out in the cold all night, or I mean,
I
where?
sometimes I stay in the garage. I don't like to talk to her like, you know.
All right, you're not to have any contact with her. I got a suspicion you're all still in the same house. If you wish to get arrested, that's a good way to do it. If you're out in the garage, I guess if you don't have contact with her. At any rate, we'll set a last pretrial on a Thursday. You stay in contact with your lawyer. You have made all your court appearances, but I don't want a bond violation. Okay, you're good to go.
Thank you.
Is Ace your Ringler?
Xavier.
Xavier, they got
Yeah,
a
they-
misspell there.
Your Honor, he's set to be arraigned on a new DWLS on the 18th. I was hoping the court could address that today and appoint me to that file.
Have a seat, Mr. Ringler. I gotta get your other file. No, have a seat back there. Mr. Ringler apparently has another case, according to Jordan, that we missed. Xavier Ringler has an arraignment on January 18th, and we're gonna try to take care of that too. So would somebody find that? We didn't see it in our cheat sheet. All right. Miss Miles got a stolen car and she's got to get it back by a certain date. So, all right. This is gonna, everybody take a deep breath. As I said, this is a no lunch day. I don't know why I should give you such consideration over everybody else since you showed up 2 hours late. Now we're gonna make everybody else wait for you, but you did call. You have multiple charges. File 252365 alleges disorderly person disturbing the peace. That was in Sturgis. 252364 OT, no valid license plates from November 18th of 25. 252363 SM, no insurance under the insurance code, November 18th of 25 in Sturgis. 252366, littering in the city of Sturgis. On November 18th, that was a bad day. Unlawful use of an automobile plate or title, 252742, ordinance case, November 18th. Disturbing the peace, 252743 SM, November 18th. Stray dog at large, 252156. An unlicensed dog, 2157 from September 24th. Some new license issues, filed 25 civil infraction, bunch of numbers, and no proof of insurance, and a misdemeanor plate civil infractions from September 8th, and a trespass also from September 8th under Sturgis ordinance. So let's see what I discern here. Rhonda, maybe you can help me.
Yes, Your Honor. I've got some waivers. There's two state files, and I've got waivers on both of those files. And then there's one misdemeanor City of Sturgis file with a tag-along civil infraction. So I could go over those.
Well, what's she gonna plead to?
She's going to, on the waivers, the case numbers are there. So on the state cases, she will be pleading to file number 25-2156 SM. It's a dog at large. She will be pleading to 25-2742 SM, unlawful or no plate issue from November 18th.
Okay,
And then she, on the city cases, she's going to be pleading to 25-2366 ON. It's a littering city ordinance. And then there's it's a tag along civil infraction on a different case. I didn't have her sign a separate waiver of arraignment because it's 25-102290OI. It's the tag along ticket to 25-102290OT.
what is it?
It was a no registration, and then there was also a no proof insurance civil infraction, and she will be pleading to the no proof of insurance civil infraction on that ticket, with the registration piece being dismissed, and then every other file is dismissed.
All right.
And I've got the proper case numbers on the waivers of arraignment for you, Your Honor.
So disturbing the peace of November 18th is to be dismissed. That's 2365. No valid license plate is dismissed, 2364. No insurance, which is an expensive one, 2563 is dismissed. Littering is one of the cases we're gonna be pleading to. Unlawful use of a registration plate in 2742 is a plea. Disturbing the peace, 2743 is dismissed. Stray dog at large, 2156 is a plea. The plate violation is dismissed. That's 2290 OT. It's related to the no proof of insurance, which she's going to be pleading to. And the trespass, 251835 is dismissed. And the other registration plate case, 2378 is dismissed, and the other registration plate, 494 is dismissed. So let's see what we got. We got a large dog who was a stray, unlawful use of plate, misdemeanor, and littering. Ms. Mo, you presently have $1,670 of unpaid fines and costs, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no proof of insurance charges. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 previous license plate charges. So you just keep hitting yourself in the head with a hammer because it feels so good when you stop. But you keep driving around with no insurance and no plate, then they keep pulling you over and then you get more tickets. All right, let's take the easy ones first. All right, did you hear me state the plea agreement?
Plea agreement that we placed on the record of what
Yeah.
the charges you're gonna be pleading to.
Yeah, sorry.
Other than that, did anyone promise you anything to get you to plead to this?
No,
25290Y. All right, according to this ticket, you got a ticket on September 8th, Nottawa at Magnolia. Driver had no insurance, but he didn't have any proof in the car. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right.
No, I did give him proof of insurance that day.
No, you didn't. The driver states no registration on vehicle, says she doesn't know if vehicle is insured, but she does not have any proof.
I had the insurance.
We're gonna go down this road. We're gonna argue about each case.
No, but
All right, so you allege you did have proof of insurance?
yeah, because you brought it back to me when they gave me my
All
trespass.
right, you sit down. You're gonna wait. I'm not gonna argue about each one of these cases.
You don't have to argue about them, just. I'll
They
forgive
said
them.
you did not have any insurance and you had no proof of insurance. Didn't know if vehicle had insurance, but she said she does not have any proof. You might have this mixed up with a different case. This is September 8th. Magnolia and,
I admit responsibility.
all right, well, the car didn't have any insurance. Fine and costs is $150. That's what no insurance costs. All right, let's find out about the stray dog. We had some of those before. That is 2156 SM. All right, you got a ticket on September 24th. Did harbor a dog that was at large and bit someone, causing an injury. Also, no license. That was on September 4th. Did you have a dog that day?
Yeah,
What kind of dog was it?
Crescent Canario,
Holy moly.
he's a baby.
How much does it weigh? 160 pounds?
About 120, 125.
And you let that dog run loose and
No.
bite somebody?
No, he was on a lead, but the kids put him on the lead for the Chihuahua.
So he broke his leash?
Yeah.
I don't have a prosecutor here to help me with this. That's scary stuff. And the dog also had no license.
I'm unsure.
That's gonna get dismissed. All right, set that one aside for a minute. Unlawful use of a registration plate. File 252742. Two seven four two. It's not in here. I'll have to find it separately. Let's talk about the littering case. 252366. Let me see if I can find that one. That case, it's alleged that you did throw some clothing in a pile in the middle of West Street. What was that about?
I was locked out of my house for 2 days. And when I went to the police to talk to them about it, I went back home, started falling asleep in my car in the backyard. I noticed the other person involved was getting the wagon, so I put the car in the road in front of my house and I looked over and seen that she was taking my stuff. So I went up and I grabbed it and I started sorting through it and I grabbed my dad's clothing out of it. And that's what was on the ground was my dad's clothes, so I could give her back her clothes.
That ain't the crime of the century, but it's a civil infraction that carries a $100 fine. This registration plate 12742. I don't see it in my queue. Let me find it the old-fashioned way. It is in the system, it just wasn't in the queue. That's count 2 of that case. They were driving a Chevy Malibu on November 18th without a valid plate on it.
Yes,
All right. Finding costs on that is as low as I can make it, $125. All right. You already owe $1 zillion in unpaid fines and costs. I'm gonna set this dog bite case out for sentence. It's a misdemeanor. And I want police report, victim input, restitution amount. And I want to see if you pay on any of this other stuff. I'm gonna put you in jail for about 11,000 days unless you start to pay on all your fines and costs. So Miss Ives is gonna be gone for a little while. There's no urgency to this. She'll be back by May or June. Well, there could be some urgency to this depending on what's gonna happen, so maybe we better. How are you in March, Rhonda?
I should be available just depending on.
Have you got days that you're set to be here?
There are quite a few days that I'm here. I
about
will be
March?
here, on the, see, the morning of the 10th, I can't be here, but I'm here on what day is there a particular day you would like to try
Well,
to?
looking at March 23rd,
What time, Your Honor?
10:30.
Boy, well, I have a sentencing in Branch County at 10
Oh, that
a.m.
won't work.
I
March,
could be here first thing in the morning.
well, we got stuff, you can find out, we got stuff blocked out at certain times. I was looking to see whether you had any sentences that were set. How about March 16th at 10:30?
I can make that happen.
All right. All right, I apologize, ladies. This is very confusing. There's 10 files, 6 are dismissed, 4 are pleas, shows money in 3 of them, and I set 1 for sentencing. But I'm gonna send you out to the
The courtroom goes silent when the judge snaps, Normally, I would revoke your bond and remand you to jail right now. Missed drug tests, weak excuses, and zero tolerance. One more mistake, and he's in handcuffs. Today, only his attorney saved him from immediate jail.
Good morning.
Narciso Hernandez. Good morning. Luke, is your Spanish-speaking client here?
I checked, Middleton and Pleasant.
Okay.
I'll check again.
If we do, we can open up the client room, and Pablo's supposed to be here momentarily.
So that one's gonna be set for last pretrial, but
Okay.
then I saw that she set for arraignment this morning.
Yeah,
Do
she
you
has
wanna-
another charge. She
Okay.
and her sister stole TVs on 2 separate dates from Walmart. Yours, Mr. Narciso is here. Laura, would you open the conference room?
Very good.
I'm gonna use Pablo for a plea here in a minute, and then he'll be available for consult with your client. Well, we've just burned 15 minutes of daylight. Sometimes that's how it goes. Plus, nobody brought in any cookies today or donuts.
I skipped breakfast, so I was hoping for something.
Yeah, I was hoping you would bring some.
But I was here on time. I would have been late if I grabbed donut.
You're here.
So I
Well,
don't have treats.
as it turns out, we had 15 extra minutes.
Okay, tell me
you
how
would-
more I have. I'll run to yours.
You would have had time to get donuts. Good morning, Mr. Gibson.
Good morning. I'll go talk to the two, there's two in the back that I'm gonna go talk to the vice
All right.
next one.
Sir, could you remove your hat? Thank you. Ask everybody to take their hat off, take their gum out. We are in a courtroom.
I got some.
Casey, I appreciate your willingness to get started right on the dime, so I'm sorry that we're stalled out here.
Not a problem. It's rare that I get to be the first one in.
All right, thank you, Autumn. Everything is in my queue. Jenny, I don't know what the problem is, but we're stuck for 18 minutes. Yeah, thanks, Destiny. Everybody slide over. There's going to be more people coming in. Thank you. Of young Mexican men being arrested for drunk driving. About a third of last year's cases were young Mexican drivers, often with an accident. And that looks like we're in the same pattern into the new year. All right, we have a number of cases up here, and I thank you for all your patience. We finished the interpreter cases, which take a long time, 3 times longer. So let's I don't have Luke. So let's take Howard's case. Austin Zablocki. Tried to do the Montauk cases last, but we'll move ahead today. Good morning, Mr. Zablocki.
Morning.
This is file 251711OT. Mr. Zablocki and I spent a lot of time together working on things, sometimes with success, sometimes not so much. This charge alleges driving suspended on August 19th of 2025. It's charged under Constantine City Ordinance. Hello, Mr. Levine.
Your Honor.
I'd like to see you before you leave. I forgot what you look like. Nice to see you in person.
I'll stop it.
Okay. He and I go all the way back to assistant prosecutors in 1980. At any rate, Mr. Zablocki, this charge is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Carries 2 points on your driving record and requires that your license be suspended. You've been having some ups and downs, and how are you doing these days?
Not too bad.
The courtroom goes silent. The judge doesn't need to shout because everyone understands what comes next. This isn't anger. This is control. And control is far more dangerous.
Working.
Where are you working?
Barlow of Boats.
Which is where?
Bristol, I believe it is.
So you got to get from Polar Road to Bristol for work?
Yep.
It's hard to do when your license is suspended.
I have a buddy of mine who works there, so he gets me back and forth.
That helps. Ms. Montauk, I guess I'll defer to you. What's the status here?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Bush and I have been working together to try to resolve Mr. Zablocki's case. The main goal that we're trying to work towards is Mr. Zablocki getting a driver's license. To that end, since the last time we were at court, He has made a lot of progress in terms of getting information together that will ultimately need to be submitted to the Secretary of State. He's been attending AA meetings. He has a book of meetings he's attending. Each time he goes, he writes a paragraph about what it is that he learned. He's gotten a drug screen. He's filled out the first part of this petition that needs to be submitted. The last thing that needs to be done is he needs to get an assessment. That costs some money, so there was a little bit of a, hold back on that, but the hope is that now he can get an assessment, and that by the time we come back here, if Your Honor grants a final pretrial, then we will have a hearing date with the Secretary of State, and that will help Mr. Bush and I to resolve this.
I tried to get Mr. Zablocki out of interlock and sobriety court. We had some stumbles. But Austin, I'm really pleased to see that notebook you got there. Part of the problem is you were not mature enough at that time to do what we were trying to do. I think you've grown up some, and maybe you can get this accomplished. The problem is, Montauk, this is going to take a while. So I can set a last pretrial, but we better set it out a little ways.
Well, the hope is that what I've been finding is that, because I do Secretary of State hearings as a matter of my practice. And so what I'm finding is that once we submit the documentation, it's taking about a month or two to get the hearing date. Yeah, it's not very long. So the real holdup here is the assessment. I don't think that will take more than a couple of weeks to get an assessment date set. So maybe, a month or two, I think.
All right, I'll
will be
say
sufficient.
set at least 60 days out. Is that acceptable to you, Mr. Bush? Is that acceptable to you, Mr.
That
Bush?
is correct, Your Honor. I think this is a good resolution.
Mr. Bush has represented the village of Constantine for